Hello everyone, my name is Sibin Vinod and this is going to be a reflection video for the subject PEC 300 Management Skills. So throughout this semester we had the chance to join different activities. Some of it is activities or games that me and my group conducted, and some of it is activities conducted by other groups which we have just participated in. And honestly, it has been a pretty fun way to actually learn these skills hands-on. So now before I go into these activities, let me just say that when we talk about management skills, we're not just talking about like managing a company or something. It's not like actually that general, so it's pretty broad when you put it that way. So I think it actually includes things like time management, organizing tasks, leading a team, handling problems or conflicts when they arise, making decisions under pressure, and basically just managing things well in any kind of situation. So yeah, these games, I think it has helped us a lot more than they might seem at first. So moving to the first activities, which was actually the one that my group conducted in class. So we call it the puzzle game. It was really a pretty simple game, but it needed proper planning before we took off. So basically we took a few sets of puzzles and then we mixed them all up and then gave to different groups. So the groups that participated, they had to divide into 3 divisions. So first they had to separate the mixed piece into the original 3 sets. Then the second division part of the group, they had to arrange the puzzles from the outside layer, and then the last group had to complete the puzzle. So it might sound easy when I say it, but trust me, it needed a lot of coordination, good communication, and also a clear task delegation. When, as you can see, when the game was going on, it was pretty tough for the participating teams to manage these kind of things. So I personally learned how important it is to plan something before executing it, and also to trust each team member with their roles, so we shouldn't doubt them. As someone who helped to organize and make this game, I had to make sure that everyone understood the flow, and that thing made us take the game through pretty smoothly. So that's all for the first activity. The second activity is an activity or game conducted by my friend in the same class. So it is a game called Island Survival Game. So this one was actually pretty creative. We had different types of cards like food, attack, defense, healing, and also a revive card. So we played through day and night cycle. So we had to plan when to attack, when to use food, how to defend, and so on. So this game, I think, has taught me a lot about strategy and crisis management, because we really had to think ahead and adapt quickly, and also make decisions as a group. So it wasn't just about survival, it was about who can manage their resources and the team the best. So it really mattered, and I think in real life it kind of reflects how we need to be ready for unexpected problems, and also always have a plan B. So yeah, moving on to the third activity which we participated is something like a human bingo game. So it was more chill and very common game for all of us. So, and yet it was pretty good way to interact with all of us, and we had to find people who matched certain traits, like who likes to sing, or who can cook, who is the eldest child, and so on. So even though this game seemed pretty light, it actually helped with communication and also networking skills. So I had to approach people, start conversations, and manage time to complete the game. And I think it kind of reminded me how communication plays a big part in management. So basically, whether you're networking or leading a team or just working with others, it requires a lot of management skills for you to handle it. So yeah, moving on to the fourth game, which is a disaster response game. This one also was conducted inside our PC class during the weekly activity. So in this activity, I joined it like something like scenario game. So we were given a certain situation or critical situations like a flood, zombie outbreaks and also giant storms, and we had to discuss like how we are supposed to respond to these crises, like whether our shelter was high enough, how we should save our own people and stuff like that. So this game really sharpened my decision making and also problem solving skills. So I think it showed how important it is to stay calm and always think logically, and also to work together during high pressure situations, to not get afraid, like just slow down and think together as a team, so we can really solve the problem. And honestly, I think those are the core management skills that we all need and we have learned through this game. So its application is even broad, because we can apply these during our career or jobs or leadership roles in the future. So yeah, it is pretty fruitful for us. Okay, so last but not least, the final activity that I joined was a water balloon strategy game, which was held outside of class. So basically, we had a team and we had to manage the roles. We have to give them roles like who's gonna guard the flag, who's gonna throw the balloons, who attacks. And it was something kind of like a paintball game but using a water balloon. So I would say it was pretty fun. In fact, it was the most fun game throughout the activities that I've joined this semester. But at the same time, it was also a really good learning, as we had learned team coordination and also proper planning skills, which is crucial management skills. So we had to quickly come up with a strategy and adapt during the game, and also cover for each other so that our group doesn't lose. So from this, I have realized how important it is to trust your team and also play your role very effectively, which is something I can apply in the future group projects or even at work. So all these activities weren't just for fun, they actually helped me to learn something more valuable about management skills as a whole, whether it was about organizing an event or game, or whether it was planning under pressure, or communicating better, or solving problems quickly. I've definitely grown a lot during this semester by joining these kind of activities. I'm not saying this just for the sake of saying, but I mean it. Yeah, I actually learned a lot during these games. It showed me a pretty small things, but in the bigger picture, it's a big advantage for me. So I think management isn't just a position, but it's a skill that we use every day without even realizing it. So moving forward, I plan to apply these skills that I've learned in both my studies and also future career. So it can be like in group projects, so I might be more confident in taking the lead because I have these crucial management skills. So making sure everyone understand their part is a big deal for me in the future, and also managing time properly, because everything comes down to time and how to manage them. So even in a real life situation, I feel like I'll handle things more calmly and effectively because of these experiences that I've got, thanks to everyone, I guess. So yeah, this is for my reflection for this subject, and big thanks to our lecturer, Madam Husna, and also our classmates and my group members for making these activities fun and also meaningful for me and also all of us. So I've honestly learned a lot, and I'll take these lessons with me into the future. I think that's all from me. Thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is Manrat Singh, and thank you for taking the time to listen to my reflection on the PC 300 Management Skills module. This semester has been full of engaging, creative, and sometimes even intensive activities that have challenged me to grow, not just as a student, but as a future leader and a team member. One of the most memorable activities I participated in was a modified dodgeball event where we used water balloon instead of dodgeball. The goal was to capture the opponent's flag, with the rule that only one person could enter the opponent's base at a time. It might sound fun, and it definitely was, but it also demanded a lot of strategic thinking, coordination, and leadership. We had to plan who would go first, how to defend our base, and how to time our moves, as one mistake could get a team member out. What I learned here was the importance of risk assessment and decision making under pressure. It taught me that in high stakes situations, quick but well thought out decisions are vital. I also became more aware of emotional intelligence by staying calm and focused even when things didn't go our way. Another meaningful activity I took part in was a strategic card game organized by my classmates during their PC activity. In this game, we had to use different cards in each round to either protect our team, to attack the opponent, or to feed our team. It sounds simple, but it required a lot of communication, planning, and team alignment. We had to constantly analyze the game situation, listen to each other, input, and adapt our strategy depending on what cards were available. This activity really improved my collaboration and strategic planning skills. I also realized how essential it is to be flexible and adaptable, as a plan might look good in theory, but if the situation changes, you need to adjust immediately without losing confidence or direction. One of the highlights of this semester for me was when our group got the chance to host our weekly activity where we decided to go with the puzzle game. The idea of the game was for us to mix different puzzles together, and the participants had to divide themselves into three small groups, where one group has to separate the puzzle, one group has to build the borders, and the other group will complete the puzzle. This was not just a test of logic and patience, it was a management exercise in the squish. As the organizer, I had to plan the rules, explain the objective clearly, guide the team when needed, and manage the time. From this, I learned about delegation and task coordination. I also noticed that when people are assigned roles based on their strength, they will perform way better than putting them in any random group and asking them to perform when they are not sure how to do it. It showed me how important it is for a leader to recognize individual strength and assign tasks accordingly. Across all these activities, time management became a consistent theme, whether it was racing against the clock to complete a puzzle, choosing the right moment to make a move in the card game, or planning a flag capture in the water balloon game. Managing time effectively was the key to all of this. I started using tools such as Google Calendar and setting priorities each week to ensure I stayed on track. These habits helped me not just in this module but across my academic work. Going forward, I know these skills will help me handle complex projects, deadline, and multitasking situations in my career. I also learned a lot about conflict resolution and constructive feedback. Like in any group, there were moments when we didn't agree, whether it's on strategy or how to divide the tasks, but through open discussion and listening, we learned to compromise and stay focused on the shared goal. I learned that good management doesn't mean avoiding conflict. It basically means handling it in a way that strengthens the team rather than divides it. Another skill I've developed is self-reflection, which this module emphasized heavily. Instead of just doing the task and moving on, I got into the habit of asking, what did I do well? What could I improve? What did I learn from others? This simple habit has already made a huge difference in how I learn and grow. In the future, I plan to continue using reflection as a tool to guide my professional and personal life. In conclusion, the PC 300 management skill module was much more than just a course. It was a real world lab where I got to test and improve key skills like communication, leadership, teamwork, adaptability, time management, and also problem solving. I truly believe that the experience I've had here will be incredibly valuable as I move forward, whether I'm leading a project or working in a team or facing challenges in a professional environment. Thank you to my teammates for their support, and to our facilitators for designing such meaningful and creative activities. And also thank you so much to Madam for guiding me throughout this journey.
Hello guys, my name is Pavitran and today I'm here to share my experience and explain my reflection about PEC 300 management skills. So throughout this semester in the PEC 300 management skills, I have not only learned key management theories and techniques, but more importantly, I have applied these learnings in practical activities that pushed me to develop both personally and professionally. Rather than simply going through the motions of each task, I used every weekly guided activity as an opportunity to challenge myself, reflect on my behavior, and improve the way I manage myself and work with others. So now, let's talk about my weekly activity. For my weekly activity, my group conduct a game called Puzzle Organization Challenge. This game is basically a puzzle game. This puzzle game helps the participants to stay calm in under pressure moments and improve their fast communication among team members. This puzzle game also shows us the team members' bond and the support they get from each other in a difficult situation. The objective of this game is teams must effectively organize their members into specialized divisions and strategically assemble a mixed up puzzle in the fastest time. The game mostly focuses on team coordination, efficiency, and time management. By conducting this game as a weekly activity in PEC 300 management skill, we can understand that this game not only tests a team's ability to organize people and task efficiently, but also forces them to think critically in under pressure moment. Now let's talk about what I have learned from other weekly activities and other activities that I participate outside, such as my final project, which is I need to visit the gym, and also some talk shows. One of the most significant skills I developed was time management. During the early weeks, I found myself struggling to balance PEC tasks with assignments. However, after participating in activities like workshops and some talk shows which was held in MSU, I began applying prioritization strategies that helped me become more efficient and reduce my stress levels. By the end of the PEC subject, I noticed that I was meeting deadlines more comfortably and even had time to review and refine my works. Another key area of growth was my teamwork and communication skills. In group discussions and collaborative tasks, I initially hesitated to speak up because I am an introvert and I always stay in my comfort zone. However, after engaging in weekly activities like the team building games and management skill games, I became more confident in expressing my ideas and listening actively to others. So this was especially evident during my visit to the gym for the final project of my PEC 300 management skill. At the end of this subject, I can confidently say that the PEC 300 management skills has helped me a lot to grow into a more reflective, organized and effective individual. The experience was not just about gaining knowledge and become socially active among others, but it is also about transforming that knowledge into a real behavior change. I now approach tasks and teamwork with more confident awareness and a clearer sense of direction. So this PEC 300 management skill has laid a strong foundation for my future and professional development. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Putri Rabinia binti Abdullah and I'm currently doing my diploma in computer forensic and today I just want to share some thoughts and also reflection on the journey through the PEC 300 management skill this semester. Alright, so honestly, it has been a really eye-opening experience for me. I've been a part of bunch of activities. Some are fun, some are challenging, and I've definitely grown a lot from them. So for the first part is the weekly activity, which is the puzzle game. So one of the activities I did was organizing a puzzle game with my group. Our team was organizing, so we had to plan the whole game from the start to finish. We divided roles, decided how the game would flow, prepared the materials, and made sure participants could actually understand and enjoy it. Even though it was just a small game, I learned a lot about how much effort goes into organizing something properly. Time management and also clear communication were super important, and I saw how every small detail actually matters. So beside our own game, I also joined games from other teams. So one that stood out to me was the Survival Island, a card-based game. So it involved a quick thinking strategy, and it taught me a lot about making decisions under pressure. And other games also helped me learn how teams manage people, how they handle instruction, and how they keep the group engaged. I didn't expect to learn management skills through games, but it really worked. Part 2 is the gym activity, which our team carried out for the major project, which was the wellness team. And it was another memorable activity, which was the gym exploration under the wellness team. I used to think of wellness as just about being physically fit, but this activity made me see in a bigger way, like how being active can actually help reduce stress, improve our focus, and also even boost our mood. I don't usually spend a lot of time in the gym, so it was something new for me. But trying out the equipment and seeing how it all connects to mental and also emotional health was a good reminder that if we don't take care of ourselves, it's hard to manage anything else well. So part 3, there are cultural events that I've joined in MSU, like other activities outside of the classroom, yes. So which was the CNY celebration, Citra Warna, and also Malam Kebudayaan. And that was the best part of my semester this time. So the first was the MSU Chinese New Year celebration. I didn't perform in this one, but attending it gave me a lot of appreciation for how cultural events are organized. Everything from the performance to the decoration was carefully planned, and there was also lion dance, and it reminded me how important teamwork and coordination are in pulling off a successful event. Secondly, for Citra Warna Warni Malaysia Ku, I actually performed as a dancer. It was my first time doing something like that, and I'll admit I was nervous, but through the practices and the performance itself, I learned discipline, time management, and how to work together in a team. It was also a big confidence booster for me. Then there was also Malam Kebudayaan, where I also performed as a dancer. It was a great experience because I had to juggle rehearsals with my studies, and it taught me how to manage my time better and stay committed to something I really care about. Being part of a cultural performance really helped me to see how creative expression and teamwork go hand in hand. So, looking back, I feel like I've grown so much in just one semester. I've improved my communication skills, I'm more confident working in teams, and I've learned to stay calm and organized even when things get stressful. I also realized that being a good leader isn't about controlling everything. It's about supporting others, planning ahead, and being flexible when things change. Alright, so in the end, PEC 300 wasn't just another subject, it was a real learning experience for me. It pushed me to try new things, take on new roles, and reflect on how I can keep growing. I'm really grateful for all the lessons I've learned throughout this subject for this semester, and I'm excited to apply these skills in the future. Thanks for listening.
Throughout my time in the management skill class, I gained a deeper understanding of what it means to be an effective leader and manager. This class has been an eye-opening experience as it challenged my perceptions and provided me with practical strategies and that I can apply in real-world situations. The combination of theoretical concepts, case studies, and interactive exercises has made learning engaging and insightful, helping me develop essential management competencies. One of the most impactful lessons I learned was the different leadership and management styles that exist, how each one suited to different situations. Before taking this class, I believed that leadership was simply about instructing a team and ensuring that tasks were completed. However, through discussion, the group activities, I realized that leadership is much more dynamic. Some situations require a more authoritative approach, while others benefit from collaborative and transformational style. I was particularly drawn to servant leadership, which focuses on supporting and empowering team members to reach their full potential. I aspire to integrate this approach my own leadership style, fostering an environment where individual feels valued and motivated to contribute their best efforts. Effective communication was another critical topic covered in the class. I have always understood the importance of communication, but this course reinforced just how essential it is. Management class. Clear communication prevents misunderstanding, builds trust, and ensures that objectives are achieved efficiently. One of the most valuable activities we engaged in was role playing scenarios where we had applied different communication techniques such as active listening, assertive speaking, and conflict resolution. These exercises help me recognize that communication is not just about conveying information, it's about listening actively and responding thoughtfully. I now feel more confident in my ability to express my ideas clearly while also fostering an environment where others feel heard and respected. Another major takeaway from this class was the significance of structured decision making and problem solving. Managers often face complex situations that require careful analysis, weight options, and anticipating potential outcome. Through various case studies, I learned different frameworks for making well-informed decisions, such not as analyze cost-benefit analysis and risk assessment. Applying these strategies in classroom activities helped me to develop a more structured approach to problem solving, reinforcing the importance of evaluating a situation from multiple angles before making decision. One of the most insightful lesson was realizing that some decisions require balance between logic and institution, and being flexible in adapting to unforeseen challenges is crucial managerial skill. One of the most transformative aspects of this class was focus on emotional intelligence. I never realized how much emotion influence workplace interaction and team productivity until this topic was introduced. We, dis- we discussed how recognizing and managing emotions can enhance leadership effectiveness and build stronger relationship, boost employee morale, and foster a positive work culture. Through reflection, exercise, and discussion, I became more aware of my emotional responses impact or the way I interact with others. Learning how to manage stress, motivate individuals, and create inclusive team environment were some of the key lessons that will stay with me beyond this class. This management skill was not just a theoretical learning, it was about practical application. The exercise, team projects, and discussion pushed me to think critically, collaborate effectively, and step into leadership role with confidence. I enjoyed the opportunity to work in teams where we applied what we learn in real time scenarios. Seeing the direct impact of these skills in group activities reinforced my belief and their importance. This experience has helped me grow as a student and future professional, equipping me with mindset and abilities required to handle leadership responsibilities with confidence. In summary, the management skill class has been an